Sagittarius, hey, we are family. I got all my sisters with me. You could have a sister that is a Sagittarius or a Taurus or a life path 5 or a brother even. Okay, but yeah, I got all my sister with me. My sister, hello, my sister's with me. Hello. What's that? What am I hearing? Hello, I've got my sister with me. Nice to meet you. Yes, I got my sister with me. So, I don't know what that is, sister. I got my sister with me. Someone could be talking to someone's sisters. Or what was that? I got my sisters. Something to do with she's got a sister. She's got a blister. She's got one in the oven. Someone could be pregnant here or something like that. Or she's got a sister. But I need more time. But I want you to know I got my mind made up now, Libra. But I need more time. I need more time. Something to do around sisters and brothers. I don't know what that is. Okay. Whether that message means anything to you or not, but I got all my sisters with me. Okay. I got all my sisters on my side. Okay. Could be women's rights. We're standing up against the men. Infrastructure. Okay, don't believe in equality. Don't believe in the hype. It's bullshit. Equality, equal. Really? Are men and... You do realise that equality and equal means the same, right? You could be dealing with Gemini or Capricorn. You do realise that it means the same. So how many of you women out there have got a dick? Are we the same? Of course we're not. Why do you need men? Because of infrastructure of the world. Because they go to war. They suffer. Okay, they work extremely hard just like women, but they also built infrastructure. So they build houses, big skyscrapers, okay, cars. Okay, so it could be a life path 7 or a Cancerian. I've got no idea where this message is going. Okay, but let's see. Okay, because sometimes they can also be good providers, providing. Okay, but let's see. Sagittarius. So these are daily readings, Sagittarian. I'll tell you more towards the end. Please make sure you smash that like button, Sagittarius. Okay. Leave a comment if you can. It really helps out the algorithm and to watch it as far through, even if you're not watching it. Just leave it on your phone until it plays all the way through. Really does help out with the algorithm. Don't forget, you can watch this as a life path 5, Sagittarius or Taurus, because I deal in numerology and they are major arcana 5s. Okay. So Sag, Taurus, life path 5, doesn't matter where, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, don't matter, your family member, really doesn't matter if they're in your life, in your chart, or theirs, you're in the reading, okay? So, Sagittarius, let's see, what they got coming up today, please? The energy around Sagittarius, I'm walking away. So I walked away, and I've walked out on someone, okay, and I'm not speaking. Okay, so some of you from the past, if you're dealing with someone from the past, you've gone your separate ways. This is, well, it's also two energies. I've walked away from someone from the past and I am now single and I'm looking for a new connection, okay, for someone to talk to, okay. So it's kind of like if you are looking for or have someone in mind that is single, this person here is single because they've walked away from someone of a connection that hasn't worked. So they're not even talking, okay? So that basically means that they, and I mean the person they've walked away from and the other person are both single, okay? So if you're a Sagittarius or a Taurus or a life path 5 and you're like, I've kind of got someone in mind. Am I single? And you are, there you go, okay? And I've got someone in mind. Have they just walked away from someone? You would need to ask them if they're single, okay? So, single Pringle all day long, Sagittarius, or Taurus or life path 5s, okay? Let's see, Sagittarius, what has Sagittarius got coming up today, please? So, waiting on information to come in from someone that is new, okay? Now, one of you might just be waiting to speak to an old person, but I don't see that it has the legs. Okay, here, because you're not talking. Now, like I said, if it requires talking, both of you have to want to talk. If both of you do not want to talk, then both of you won't be talking. is quite obvious. Okay, so there's an energy of two messages. I'm either waiting to speak to someone new, but like I said, this could be a brother or a sister that you have that's waiting on someone. Okay, so it's kind of like, I am single, walked away from someone, okay, and I'm not really waiting on my past anymore. I'm just waiting to meet someone new. Okay, so like I said, anybody that's watching and you're on the timeline of like, okay, so let me give some advice here like I normally do. Okay, my relationship is over, so everybody keeps asking. I'm going to have to do it on every video because everybody keeps asking. We've not parted ways in a bad way, in a good way. Okay, sometimes things just do not work. Communication is absolutely key. And when communication breaks down and there's just no way of like getting through to one another, the amount of distance there is depends on how many times you've done it. If you've constantly replayed out of cycle and you've done it and you've done it and you've done it and you've done it and you've done it, there's no point going back, right? So there's an energy here of I'm either waiting, because that was my point. Sometimes in life, and this is what I said to my ex, okay, and me as well, but it wasn't advice I give myself, but it is good advice. Sometimes in life, people need to stop taking things so seriously in life, as Sirius or Sam, okay, Sarah, Steve, Sassy, Sandra, and you need to form a connection with new people. And this is what I was granted, okay? I would much rather you go off and meet someone new, because you will probably experience what men are really like if you have a difference of opinion of what you want that a certain man can't give you. Okay, so being a guy that was with someone, my advice was, I would much rather you go and find someone new that you can have a connection with that can give you what I can't provide for you, what I'm just not good enough to give you. Okay, so to save all the arguments, sometimes that's better to do, because then you can connect to someone new to see if it works. That's someone that's prepared to not take things so seriously in life of like, oh my God, I can't detach and I can't let you go and I'm just going to wait on you to change your mind. Okay, when you're better off just meeting a new person and see how it goes. Okay, because it might be really good. It could be really bad, but it could be good. But you're never going to know if you stay waiting and waiting and waiting on people to connect with if the connection's just not working. Like if it just doesn't work, okay, look at this also as some advice. Okay, so if you constantly do something that, like if you don't know someone, right, you don't know the person from Adam, but they insult you, they're very new, you've never met them before, and suddenly they're like, you prick. What? I can't believe that you would call me that. You've got no chance of being in my little crew of cycle, myself, Michael, okay, because you're insulting me. I don't even know you, and you're insulting me already. Would you let that person into the party of you? Would you? No, you shouldn't, right? So if you know someone, the better the devil you know is that you know them really, 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 really well, and you argue and you spat and you cry and you don't get on at all, then why is it that you would accept that person back into your life to do what you would do if the first person was to insult you and have no way of getting in with you? But you know someone really well that keeps doing the same thing. Why would you forgive that person, but you wouldn't forgive someone that first insulted you without knowing them? Okay, when you look at the balance of that, if a new person insults someone, there's no way that you would really have anything to do with someone, right? You wouldn't. You shouldn't if they come up to you and insult you. So if someone that you're with and you know them very well, but you are constantly not speaking, not talking, not getting on, constantly waiting for each other to change, but nobody ever does, and you've replayed it out so many times, then why do humans forgive people to do it again? Okay, so what does that mean? Boundaries. Okay, boundaries. To be able to detach, not attach, not stay attached. Okay, to not take things so seriously about relationships. And realizing that why does that happen? People. It just comes down to people, basically. Okay, the person that I was with or are with doesn't work. Okay, so why am I so afraid to move on? Okay, because 8s can also be like afraid. So it can be afraid not. That would also be like a Pisces in my book. Or afraid could be like Leo or an Aquarian. But Leo would mean timid. Okay. So what am I afraid of? What am I afraid to do? To leave? To experience life single on my own? Am I afraid to do that? Am I afraid to not talk to this person because I don't know what they're doing anymore? Okay. But again, look at the circumstance. If someone's to insult you, you wouldn't be afraid to walk off from that person, right? You think you are an arsehole. There is no way that I'm going to let you into my life. Okay. So I'm not afraid to do that. But if you've been with someone for so long and it hasn't worked, then what are you afraid of doing? Leaving? Why? Why are you afraid of a connection not being there? That's what people need to look at more. Being alone? Never meeting anybody? Of course you will, because you don't know what the future is until you try, right? You never know what you're going to get in life until you physically try. Because people take relationships so goddamn seriously these days that it's the be-all and end-all of life to take it so seriously. Where's the ring? Where's the commitment? Where's the full-time, what we don't like, men? Infrastructure, building, being a male, that we're not equal, okay? That you don't provide me enough attention, that you don't tell me that you love me every single day, that you're not with me all of the time. Where's the commitment? Where's the condition? Where's this? Where's that? I'm worn out by keep trying to provide you with what you're not happy with, okay? Stable individuals of men or women can be very good providers, okay? Very good providers, financially also. But sometimes in relationships, people, they see as someone that is stable as not a very good provider. Now that might be financial or it might be physically. I can't provide you with the feelings that you are asking me to provide you with. I don't have those capabilities of doing it. I'm not capable of doing it. But then you see, you'll get another person that says, you're not very capable at doing anything, are you? You're useless because you're not capable of looking after me. But girlfriends and boyfriends are not mothers or fathers. We are not equal. We are not equal. Men are men and women are women. And we have differences of opinion of everything, okay? And sometimes things just do not work out, okay? So learning to detach is what this reading for some of you is about. It's to not wait around for another person to change. Could be Scorpio or Aries, okay? But I'm not prepared to wait around for you to change. So the other person thinks and feels, are you prepared to wait for me to change my mind again? Like I said, has there been a yes or a no or a maybe or nothing? Because if the answer here was a no, I think the person meant no, okay? If that was a yes, then what's the hesitation? What's the hesitation? So it could mean that it's fresh, it's new. I've only just become brand new. I've only just walked away from someone, okay? So I'm not prepared to meet someone yet, okay? Could be that, okay? Let's see. But the 7 energy here is, I've spent so long investing into the wrong relationship that hasn't worked. What makes me feel as if waiting any longer is going to make things change? Why? Because of time. Because I've spent so much time with you and trying to get you to understand me that I don't actually understand you. We don't understand each other. So we can't be with one another because I keep waiting for you to change. But we are not equal. We are not equal. Okay, men and women are different. Okay. One has whatever it is, but like I said, how many women out there have a dick? How many women out there want one? Okay, everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. Everybody needs a Harry Potter one now and again. But if you ain't getting one, then, like I said, don't know where that's going. But like I said, man, you know, some people, they wait on people to change. But what you need to do when you're watching tarot, or should do, is think, how long have I waited for this person to commit? And they don't want to. So they're not on the same page. You know, some people are conditioned that they want everything. You know, they want marriage. They want commitment. They want a baby. They want a ring. They want a mortgage. They want a house. That's what they're conditioned for, right? They're conditioned for that because that's what they want. If another person's kind of like, oh, slow down, Jose, that's not quite what I want, the other person will argue until the other person changes their mind. If they don't never change their minds, what you're doing is wasting your time. It's just wasting your time. So you could be on the aspect that you feeling like you've just wasted your time. Like you've wasted 7 years of your life maybe, or you've wasted so many years of your life that you could have moved on ages ago, but you didn't. Okay, so the cycle basically with Michael just continued on the same way, where basically you'll just keep waiting for each other to change, but none of you are prepared to do that for the other person, which what I said. How many of us out there are physically equal? We are not. We are not equal. Okay. So I'm seeing the Seven of Cups turning up here, but it's lost within the deck. Seven of Cups. Okay, so you've got 2-7 energies. Life Path 7 Cancerian possibility that you or they have in their chart that you've been connected with. Now, this is a lot of desire. Do I desire this person that much that I'm prepared to wait for them to change? Or do I feel like I need to spread my wings and fly away? Okay, this should have been Sweeping Up the Emerald Bar. If you listen to the lyrics of Queen, spread your wings and fly away, fly away. He speaks about sweeping up the emerald bar, okay? But like, in order to like just not brush things under the carpet, okay, and just think, can I forget this or can I not forget this? Can I just brush what's happened under the carpet and just think, I'll just brush it under the carpet and leave it, okay? So some of you might need to clean underneath something because you've kind of just been sweeping loads of shit underneath things. Yeah. But then this is, do I desire to wait any longer, or do I desire to have a connection with someone else that is more on the same page? They're not equal as me, but they want what I want. Okay. Because if the other person doesn't, stop waiting around. Okay. You don't need to wait around any longer. There's nothing that is keeping you from doing that. Okay, so you can move on at any point that you want because you are more than likely here single. So what people are looking to do is desire a new connection with someone else to experience seven experience. Used to be what I called my channel. Okay, to experience 1 in 7 between a relationship. If you cannot learn about relationships with the same person, you're only going to learn a relationship of what it truly is with a new one. That's how you learn. If you go over cycles so many times with the same person, you're actually just beating your head up against a brick wall, waiting for someone to change that doesn't for you. Okay. So when you're going through life, you think, well, you don't ever do anything for me. You don't ever consider my feelings. You just consider your own. You don't ever change for what I want. What I want is this. But you're always on the opposite side of the scale thinking, well, I don't want that, blah, blah, blah. And you go through those things in life thinking, we've done nothing but waste our time trying to get through to you to listen to me. And you don't. You don't respect the needs of what I have as a woman or a man. You're not respecting each other's need. You're probably not giving each other enough space to be able to breathe. So it probably become very enclosed to the point where you couldn't. Okay, so now my advice to all of you or any of you out there is to experience a new connection with someone and not keep taking relationships so seriously that it is the be all and end all until you meet a new person. Okay, because that's the only way you experience what men and women are like. I've had it. My ex would be here because she's life path 5, right? So I'm not slagging her off in any way. But like I said at the beginning, my advice was find a new connection like I'm doing, okay? Because the connections that you're in is just kind of like, they just don't work. You know, they just don't work. Equivalently, how many times you guys out there followed me for a while knowing that me and Emily have split up 35 times in the period of like 4 years and it just doesn't happen, and it happens every 3 days. That's a sign, man, that I have to listen to myself and think, man, this just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. We keep trying to change each other and it's not good enough, right? So the aspect is, what I really need to do, instead of having, if you're over on my Patreon on Scorpio reading, you'll know that I more than likely said, you know what, I fucking hate women. I can't, and that isn't what I'm like. I'm not like that, and I don't. But like, what it is that when you're in toxic situations of relationships, everybody's quick to say, oh, men, oh, women, oh, okay, harumph, right? Everybody's quick to do that, right? Everybody is quick to judge a person and say, women, men, they never listen. They never want to know. They never do this. They never do that. Okay. So that's not every man and woman, because we are not equal. Even women are not equal. And like women and women, they're not equal. Men and men, they're not equal. We are all individual. We are all built differently. Nobody is equal. Men, women and women, they're not the same as each other. They have difference of opinion. They have different jobs. They have different feelings. They have different emotions. Men, exactly the same. Not one person is in the same bracket. But sometimes, like I said, when you meet new people, you think, oh, this feels good. Okay, my opinion is now changing on women or men in general is actually changing because I've met someone that has made me who I am, not tried to destroy who I am. Right, Michael? So they're not trying to destroy who I am. Okay, they've actually been building me up to the point of me knowing who I am and what I want. They've built me to that point of knowing who I really am because I know that, because that's what I want. And if the other person isn't, then what, you're wasting your time. Why are you wasting your time? So what you need is a new connection. You need a new connection to be able to discover what relationships are really like with new people. Because that's the only way you will learn. You will not learn stuck on the same person forever and ever and ever, Trevor. If you've constantly tried to bicker with them, Rebecca, and you've constantly done it and 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 done it, and you've played it out like a pissed record. Okay, so it's scratched as fuck and it's walking home with a Ruby Murray, right, here. So you've done it so many times. So you're like, fuck that, scratch that, right, here. Okay, please stand up, right? So the only thing I can do is experience what a connection would feel like connecting with someone new. Okay, so that's your advice from Steve Spirit or Uncle Steve. Go, Uncle Steve. So, Sag, there you go. Life Path 5, Sagittarius, Taurus. Right, don't go anywhere, Sagittarian. That is just your daily reading to give you what I am like as a tarot card reader. That's just to let you know what I'm like as a reader, okay? So, 2 things open now. 1, Patreon, still, if you would like your weekly reading, it was done yesterday. Okay, so all readings in advance will be done the day before. They are a full weekly reading, monthlies and weeklies and other stuff that we go through. But your weekly readings are done in advance and you would have to be on Patreon to see them because the camera goes down. I show you the reading. I've figured it all out. You can see the cards. I'll show you the placement, show how I read, show you what you've got coming up for your week or 2 when I do readings because you have a lot of cards. Okay, that is what you will get on Patreon. What you will get on YouTube from now on are daily energy and daily readings. Okay, it won't be every day because I have 12 star signs to get through. But if you want those, they're all churned out and done in advance on Patreon, but you have to pay. Okay, so that's that. So if you want it below, it'll be the silver or gold tier that you will need in order for your weekly reading. Okay, now if you want to join, the join button is now open. Hey, Sagittarius. So if you want to join, that isn't tarot card readings, but it is personal tarot card readings, lives, chats, and also question and answers that you can ask me, and I think it's like $3 or $4 for you to join. Even if you don't want anything and you think, oh, I really want to support Steve a little bit and I can afford like $3, okay, I can join and then I'll come up with a sticker, an emoji, I'll be all in blue or green and it'll have a star on there and I can go up, you know, and everybody will know that I'm a part of Steve's crew, okay. Very cheap. What you will get for that is me going live at certain times at night, okay, because I'm single now, hey. Right, and I can work, okay. So why has Steve been slacking on his work? Because I was in a relationship that didn't work, right? But now I'm single, so I will be going live on the join button, okay, and you can ask me what the hell you want. We can talk to the cows come home if you want. You can ask me tarot related, non-tarot related. You can ask me tarot and non-related questions and I'll do you a reading. So instead of paying for a reading, if you just join, that's enough. You don't need to pay any more. It'll be once a month, but it's very cheap, and you won't need to pay to ask me a question. You'll just be able to ask it because you've already paid to join. Okay, that is, I believe, probably the better route for me to go on with the join button. Okay, so don't forget there'll be live Q&As. Ask me whatever you like. I'll do you a tarot reading, or I'll just explain something if you want to talk to me or whatever. Okay, I might even be able to get you to come on camera as well, maybe, depending on what I use, but might be able to do that as well. But yeah, so if you want that, it'll be the join button below. Okay, if you want the readings, tarot readings, Patreon. Okay. Whew. Okay, Sagittarius. So thanks very much, guys. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you soon.